You think you've heard brutal breakup stories before. Messages leaked, public humiliation, cheating exposed at family dinners. Then I promise you, you have never heard a breakup like this one. Because this isn't just about revenge, it's about patience, psychology, and a man who waited months just to end things in a way she would never forget. This story was sent in by someone who witnessed it firsthand. No screenshots, no exaggeration, just cold, calculated reality. So if you enjoy real life stories that feel like movies, where every detail matters and the ending hits you in the gut, make sure you're subscribed, because stories like this don't come often. Let me tell you about John, Jane, and the anniversary dinner that changed everything. 6 or 7 years ago, back when life was simpler and most mistakes still felt temporary, John and Jane were the couple everyone pointed to. You know the type. The ones teachers secretly rooted for. The ones who always sat together. The ones people assumed would last. John was the kind of guy parents trusted instantly. Clean cut, intelligent, soft spoken, not flashy, but dependable. The guy who listened more than he spoke. The guy who remembered birthdays and small details. Jane, on the other hand, was magnetic. Long brown hair, athletic build from years of horseback riding, confident without trying too hard. She had presence, and she knew it. She also had something else. A horse. Not just a pet, not just a hobby. That horse was family. Her pride, her identity. She talked about it the way other people talked about siblings. At first, their relationship was balanced. John grounded her. Jane energized him. But cracks don't appear overnight. They form quietly. By their second year after high school, something shifted. Jane grew sharper, more impatient, more dismissive, especially with people she didn't consider her circle. Half the class felt it. The divide was so obvious you could see it in where people sat. John noticed, but love has a way of making excuses. Then there was Jim, John's best friend since childhood. Taller, stronger, louder. The kind of guy who once had a crush on Jane, but respected the boundary when she chose John. Or so everyone thought. Jane liked attention, especially attention she wasn't supposed to have. She never crossed lines in public, never when John was watching, but glances lingered, laughs lasted a little too long, and she knew Jim's history, knew exactly what buttons to press. Still, nothing concrete, nothing provable. Until Christmas break. Holidays separate people. Jane stayed in her hometown. So did Jim. A party came up. Old friends, alcohol, nostalgia. John couldn't attend, family obligations. That night, lines blurred. Drinks turned into flirting, flirting turned into recklessness, and somewhere behind a closed door, Jane slept with Jim. The next morning, reality crashed on Jim like a freight train. He didn't rationalize it, didn't minimize it. He drove straight to John's house and confessed everything. He even offered to let John hit him. That's how badly it ate at him. John didn't swing. He listened. And when Jane was confronted days later, she didn't confess. She lied. Not hesitantly, not nervously. She attacked. Accused Jim of trying to take advantage of her, claimed it was just a kiss, questioned John's trust, weaponized her outrage. And John believed her, or at least pretended to. That's when the real story began. Because John didn't explode, he didn't leave, he waited. Their anniversary was approaching. Jane thought everything was fine. That afternoon, while she was out getting ready, John transformed her apartment. Candles, rose petals, soft music, a romantic dream. Dinner was immaculate. John loved cooking, and tonight he outdid himself. Salad, perfectly plated, then steak. Juicy, tender, delicious. Jane loved it, until John smiled and said, "See, I told you you'd love your horse, even on a plate." Silence. her color drained. She ran for the bathroom. The toilet lid wouldn't open, duct taped shut. On top of it, a braid from her horse's mane. She collapsed, screaming, crying, vomiting. John finished his meal, calmly stood and said, "I knew the truth the day after it happened. We're done. Happy anniversary." Then he left. The meat was not her horse, but the lesson was real. Some breakups are loud, some are messy, and some are unforgettable. John never raised his voice, never laid a hand on anyone. He just waited and ended it in a way she would carry forever. If you think this was brutal, wait until you hear the next story, because the next one makes this look tame. Click the next video. You won't believe what someone did after being cheated on twice. And trust me, it only gets darker from here.